Based on the evidence at trial, based on everything that the district judge said during sentencing, the United States' view about the right sentence was what we advocated for, 30 to 40 years in prison. But the ultimate sentencing decision in our system of justice is not up to whatever the government says. The government advocates for what it thinks is appropriate. The ultimate sentencing decision is up to the judge. And I should add, that is our system, which is the opposite of the totalitarian system that Alebbini himself wanted to institute. That's what he wanted to do by going to lend himself to ISIS. We have a very different system, and today he was the beneficiary of that system. All of that said, 15 years in prison is a lengthy prison sentence, and I think we can all be comfortable that for 15 years, Alebbini will be in prison where he is incapable of harming Americans.
Talk about why it's so important to have these cases and have them in like this.
It's crucially important that we work with all of our law enforcement partners, the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force, and with the public. I think part of the evidence that came out at trial was that Alebbini's own family tried to dissuade him. Muslim religious leaders here in Dayton tried to persuade him against going down this path of radicalization and pledging himself to ISIS. His close family friends even testified at trial. So we all have to work together to make sure that people like Alebbini, who the district court said today was an unreconstructed terrorist, are caught before they're able to go join ISIS, before they're able to hurt Americans. That's exactly what happened here, thanks to the good work of the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force. I am extremely proud of the work of law enforcement and very proud of the prosecutors from my office and from the National Security Division who prosecuted this case, the first trial for a material support of terrorism charge that's ever been prosecuted in this district, convicted Alebbini as charged. And at least we can be comfortable that for 15 years, he's going to be in prison where he can't hurt anybody.
And the judge was saying pretty confident that he will be deported after that time is served.
Alebbini is not an American citizen. He has a green card, so there's every reason to believe that after he has served that sentence, he's going to be deported. But to the extent that he's not, the judge also ordered him to serve 25 years of supervised release. So Americans can feel confident that for 15 years he's going to be in prison, and to the extent that he's in this country after that, he's going to be under the eye of the probation office.
You see this case, since it's the first one in this district, the way the FBI, worked on this, the way your guys' office, getting him before he could get out of the country. Do you see this as a model for how catching people that are being radicalized in the United States through the internet and things like that, and just how hard those type of cases are? Do you see this as a possible model for trying to keep these things from happening, or keeping people from going someplace where they can hurt somebody?
Well, to be clear, it's not the first material support of terrorism case that we have brought in the Southern District of Ohio. It's the first one that went to trial, okay, and was tried to a verdict of guilty. We have brought other material support of terrorism cases in Cincinnati, in Dayton, and in Columbus, and in fact there are more such cases pending, including one here in Dayton. All of that said, yes, this case is a success because the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force, working together with prosecutors, was able to make sure that Alebbini never was able to put himself in a position to hurt Americans either here or abroad. So I count that as a big victory. And I think that it's only because we have all law enforcement, federal, state, and local, working together under the FBI's leadership and working together with federal prosecutors that we were able to have that result. I think that's a great result and something that we can be proud of.